Christmas came early for me. Right around Halloween, Sony finally sent me a link to buy a PlayStation 5. But I got lucky. Right now, lots of people are clamoring for the newest gaming consoles. According to an industry trade group, nearly 227 million people in the U.S. play some kind of video games. That includes smartphone users. The average age of a gamer? 31. A number of PS5 games tell incredibly rich stories. Same for the Xbox and the Switch, because some tales can only be told interactively, and some games cost as much to make as a Hollywood blockbuster. None of which matters unless you can get your hands on a console, right? But there's more behind this backlog than congested supply chains. That is why some folks are finding ways around the shortages, and others are getting scammed. The latest gaming consoles came out more than a year ago, but purchasing a PlayStation 5, an Xbox Series X, or an updated Nintendo Switch has only gotten harder. The key reason? A global shortage of chips for all kinds of computers.
Demand skyrocketed because everybody in the accounting department, for example, in an office, suddenly needed a laptop. They couldn't use their desktop that was stored at the office. So demand went up for the basic parts, so the silicon or the semiconductors, those basic parts, although they're not the same chips inside the video game consoles, they just that basic element was in demand. New gaming consoles have the same benefits of any new computer: vastly improved graphics, faster speeds, bigger internal hard drives, and more memory. Plus, exclusive games from Microsoft for the Xbox and Sony for the PlayStation. But the CEO of chipmaker AMD says that supplies will remain tight through this year and probably into early next year. Of course, the pandemic is also a factor. Back in June, a Taiwanese supplier for Apple warned that without a proper vaccine rollout, this shortage would continue. Despite all of this, the PS5 and Xbox Series X are the fastest-selling game systems in history. As of this summer, Sony said it had sold 10 million consoles. Back in September, a report by Ampere Analysis said that 6.7 million Series X's had been sold. But the Switch has reigned supreme for nearly 3 years. Nintendo sold more than 1 million units just in November. So how are some consumers getting these products? Many are turning to Twitter. We're about to go live in a minute, so I'm going to send out a tweet. And that tweet, you can click on the links, boom.
Matt Swider helps his followers keep track of when and where to find consoles.
The PS5 can sell out in a second, just 1 second, blink of an eye.
But scammers are also cashing in on this frenzy.
I usually have 15 followers a day who get scammed. Even though I put up all these warning messages, people are just really eager to get a PlayStation 5, and they're willing to just say, you know what, like $550, I'm going to spend that because it seems like a good deal, when it's actually not.
Some resellers are charging customers high markups. Others are reportedly just stealing their money. Last year, after the PS5 came out, many consumers in the UK said that they received air fryers or some other home goods instead of their consoles.
The scammers are very, very convincing. They'll even do a thing where they write, if you're unsure, they'll write your name on a piece of paper and put it against a PlayStation 5 box and say, this is your PlayStation. And people believe that.
As for the shortages, neither Sony nor Nintendo responded to our requests for comments. A statement from Microsoft said that it's trying to keep up with demand by speeding up production and shipping. Perhaps the best way to save your money is to just be patient. Trusted retailers are still selling these consoles. So are Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft. You may have to wait weeks or months, but at least you know you'll get what you paid for.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.